Right now, the PlayStation 5 is literally the fastest selling console on the planet. It's managing to break so many records that people are actually discussing how specifically we managed to see a 200 and in some places 300% jump in sales in just the last couple months. The hype that Sony has built for the PlayStation 5 has honestly been a bit insane, but apparently, internally, Sony is already looking towards the future, trying to figure out a PlayStation 5 Slim, which apparently is coming out here in the next couple months, and a PlayStation 5 Pro, which I guess is coming next year. Let's take a look at a major new leak explaining this very strange timeline. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. So, we're over here on InsiderGaming.com. Now, I want to take a look at a bunch of tweets and stuff here in a bit, replying to it because the internet is already kind of confused by this leak. Insider Gaming, though, these people have pretty much a 100% accurate track record. The rumor is that they basically get stuff directly from developers themselves. People give them information as sort of controlled leaks to test audiences. Seems like sometimes they get a chance to see early leaked gameplay details, rumors of big upcoming projects. A lot of this stuff is handed to this main author, Tom Henderson. I mean, his leaks are very, very good because they're actual leaks. They're directly from the people who know what's up. Well, he says this: exclusive PlayStation 5 Pro in development, could release 2024. Now, even that headline, I have to admit, is a bit shocking to me because with the overwhelming success of the PlayStation 5 Pro, I mean, the standard PlayStation 5 is just earning so much money. The idea of them attempting to replace it during the peak of its popularity, I'm curious how much that's going to actually lead to more money. But here we go. Insider gaming sources have confirmed that the PlayStation 5 Pro is in development and could release with a tentative release date of 2024. Insider Gaming has previously reported on a new PlayStation 5 Pro with a detachable disk drive, which is scheduled for release later this year. It's understood that this new model of the current PlayStation 5 will cut down on production and shipping costs. In spite of widespread reports, this is not the PlayStation 5. So I have heard a lot about these leaks and I have talked about them. Basically, what seems to be happening is that one of the most expensive pieces of the PlayStation 5 is the disk drive for it. Apparently just making it, shipping it, it does make the system itself a couple pounds heavier. So the idea behind this is that Sony came up with what they think is a brilliant plan. They are going to sell a new standard model of the PlayStation 5 that's slimmed down. Just a little bit skinnier, so it's going to be cheaper to ship, cheaper to sell, a little bit higher profit, and then with every single console not having a disk drive, they will separately sell you a cheap disk drive. Maybe instead of paying $500 for a PlayStation 5, you'll pay $400 for this new PS5 Slim, and then like $50 for the disk drive. So now, in total, a PlayStation 5 will be a little bit cheaper. But that thing has not been revealed yet. The rumor is that thing is going to get revealed sometime around September, maybe closer to June, sort of gearing up for the holiday sales. But here we go. There has been a new patent recently published by PlayStation. This is the architect Mark Cerny. He has created a new Sony patent that is supposed to accelerate ray tracing performance in video games. Now, I decided to take a look at the actual patent myself, and let's just be clear, patents are a little bit of gobbledygook. These are actual technological specifications. This is technically how PlayStations work and stuff. But, you know, to me, a random dude who just gets platinum trophies, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. But I've been told by people that are much smarter than my dumbass that essentially what this is it's a new style of processing. It's supposed to make graphics way more smooth. So basically you can have like crazy high depth, advanced ray tracing and photorealistic graphics. And on top of that, not bog down the graphics to do that. It's not going to make it so that, you're not going to have frame stutters and crashes and stuff. This is supposed to make the visuals much more beautiful and much more smooth. In a fancy way, it's basically just saying it's going to make stuff look better across the board. But what's interesting is that just like the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, we can generally accurately guess confidently the PS4 Pro will have increased visual performances and speeds. But as for leaked details directly, we'll have to wait till a later date to release those. Insider Gaming understands the next generation of the PlayStation, which is probably going to be called the PlayStation 6, is unlikely to release until at least 2028. That would put the current generation console schedule in line with its predecessors. That to me is a bit hard to believe. I don't know why. Something about this generation feels like it's going to be a bit on the shorter side. The previous generation, the PlayStation 4, was out for I think 8 full years. I mean, I guess technically the PlayStation 4 generation is still going on since Sony is still releasing games like God of War and Gran Turismo on the PlayStation 4. But this does sound halfway accurate in the fact that there is a good chance that if they're about to release the PlayStation 5 Pro, they're probably wanting to keep that on store shelves for at least 3 or 4 years, I think. So I think it's a safe bet that if this is coming out in 2024, we're not going to see the PlayStation 6 till at least 2027. Now, there has been a lot of leaks lately from PlayStation, including our good buddy Jeff Grubb, talking about the fact that E3 is coming up soon, and Sony is trying to plan a massive PlayStation showcase technically before E3 begins. It seems like Sony's strategy is to try and steal that thunder, to build that hype, to get people ready for PlayStation's very epic year, it seems like. Now, I have to admit, I find it a bit funny that almost everybody is skeptical of this. Tom has some rock-solid sources on a lot of PS stories, so this is interesting. Color me surprised. I was leaning towards PlayStation 5 Pro not even happening this generation due to cost, timing, and diminishing returns. See? Mystic Ryan, huge PlayStation YouTuber, and additionally, a genuinely very intelligent guy. So if he says it's hard to believe this, I'm sort of on his side in that it definitely is kind of just hard to believe. A lot of these people being like, wow, I can't believe we're getting a PlayStation 5 Pro. There's 0 games on it. Well, obviously these people are just being haters. This is just not needed. So many games are still cross-gen and not getting anywhere near the most out of these new boxes. Before folks start hating, just sell your old PlayStation 5 and buy the Pro. It's what I did with the PS4 Pro, virtually like a $100 upgrade. Now, again, there was this leak late last year that I reported on where a company was talking about processors, and they started to say, hey, right now we're coming up on Gen 9, and then Gen 9.5 is coming up 2023, 2024. This was basically a company that makes like parts for consoles saying straight up directly in a presentation that they publicly did that the PlayStation 5 Pro was coming out here next year. And it seems that technical side was 100% accurate. I do agree with the people, though, that are saying that there needs to be more focus on the PlayStation 5. I love my Sony console a lot. I play my PlayStation 5 every single day, mostly like MMOs and stuff with my buddies, but I have to admit, I do wish we would get past the ball and chain of the PlayStation 4. The PS4 has sold over 100 million units. I understand that they're trying to support that existing audience base, but it does seem like, from a layman's perspective, that most gamers have jumped from the PS4 to the PS5. They've already sold over 30 million consoles. I mean, the PS5 is selling faster and faster and faster. Lean into that. Focus on PS5 development. Give us games that look so good, that play so good, that are so good, that people have no choice but to save up and buy a PlayStation 5 instead of trying to make these cross-gen, halfway downgraded games. The PS5, in my opinion, is a beast. Not just with its exclusives, I feel like in general, its graphics, its gameplay. Sony is really doing something special with this. So the fact that they're trying to still do this delay and degrade, I don't know. I want to see the PlayStation 5 Pro just because even if I don't end up buying it, I'm hoping that signals the sunsetting of the PS4 at last. But what do you guys think? Are you excited for the PlayStation 5 Pro, or does this seem like a big giant L? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. I got out of bed literally 5 minutes before I filmed this video. But you know what? I like talking about games. The second I wake up, it's kind of fun to me to wake up and immediately talk about video games. My eyes feel I'm just going to go back to bed though. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.